question. I know that you tweeted about this last night, but I just, in terms of this, the Houthi missile attempted missile attack on the UAE. One, do you have any reason to believe that it was specifically timed to the visit of the Israeli president? And secondly, what is it going to take for you guys to step up your pressure on the Houthis? And I'm not just talking about with a paper designation of an FTO designation, but what do they have to do before you realize that, or before you take action, significant action against them and and the people who they serve as proxies for?
Well, I would be interested in hearing your definition of significant action and how that compares to the actions that we've consistently taken in terms of designations, in terms of interdictions, in terms of working with the international community to shine a spotlight on the Houthis' conduct, to ensure accountability for their continued attacks, including their continued attacks against our partners in the region. That includes Saudi Arabia, but also the UAE, and you referenced the attack over the weekend. In terms of motivation, I can't point to a motivation specifically beyond the fact that, of course, this is not the first time that the UAE and Abu Dhabi has endured an attempted Houthi attack. This is a challenge that we are very focused on. We're very focused on it in terms of providing support that our partners, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, need to defend themselves against these types of terrorist attacks, but also pursuing those Houthi leaders with appropriate authorities and tools that will hold them accountable, will constrain their ability to engage in this type of reprehensible behavior, and that even as we do all that, seeking with the Saudis, with other regional partners, of course with the UN Special Envoy, to find a diplomatic solution to the conflict in Yemen. This is a conflict that the Houthis have been able to leverage to their advantage. And the sooner we can find a means by which to bring about a diplomatic solution here in Yemen, we will be better positioned across all of these challenges.
Why do you think the Houthis have managed to leverage it to their advantage?
Well, the vacuum that has existed, the power vacuum that in some ways has existed in Yemen since 2015 has...
Do you think that U.S. policy has played any role in what you're saying now, is that this is a conflict that the Houthis have managed to leverage to their advantage?
What I can tell you is that U.S. policy now is focused on finding a diplomatic solution to this, not only to bring about greater levels of stability and security in Yemen, but also to put an end to or to alleviate the humanitarian emergency that is afflicting millions of Yemenis. 16 million Yemenis, I believe, are suffering from food insecurity at the moment. Part of that is due to long-standing factors, but part of that is due to what we are seeing on the ground in terms of these Houthi offenses. So for us, this is a question of international peace and security. It's a question of grave humanitarian concern, and it's a question that we're intently focused on diplomatically.
The Houthis on the list of terrorists?
We discussed it last week. We discussed it in this room, I should say, last week. The president has noted that it is a tool that is under review. I don't have any update to add to that.